Hey guys, welcome back to OverTakes. Today we're going to talk about days 3 and 4 of week 4.
All right, this is Misfit, and let's get to it.
Let's roll into Friday. San Francisco versus Florida Mayhem.
Yeah. Bad. I think we said enough about these teams, really.
Yeah, we really did in the other video.
San Francisco clocked them, but, I mean, there were maps where they were close, but...
I will say that this is probably where Florida showed some of their stronger points and where they've really showed some of their improvement. And I really think, like we talked about earlier, once they get some rest and get that other guy in there, that is going to help them immensely so they can be more focused. And
so you get a couple more guys in there. We'll see what happens. But what can you say? I mean, the supports for Florida played decent in this game.
Right. But then this was another game where Baby Bay took over. Yeah. And
where he didn't do anything in the last...
Right. Yeah. And it's just that Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde type thing with him where he's either on or he's not. And when he's on, this team is really hard to beat. When he's off, they are a dumpster fire. And it really goes as he goes.
Yeah. And as he goes, they go. And I think Dante... plays off of like when he's like on Farah and he's just like not Dante's on Farah when Baby Bay's on Farah or Dante, he's he's on like he played a lot of 76 on Nimbani. Dante is like free reign to run around. When Baby Bay's off, he's got to kind of do more of that peeling, protecting the back line kind of thing. Right. It seems like, and he's better at just attacking. Yeah. Which he kind of lit up Florida a little bit too. Yeah, that's one of their weaknesses is protecting their back line. Yeah, right now
for sure. So we'll move on to the next game of the week. Probably game of the season.
That was so good, that game.
Wow, this was a match.
Hey, and we had a Ryujehong sighting.
And look how much better Seoul was.
Yeah, and they needed it. But the one thing is, Houston didn't have Linkser because he was still sick.
And I think that could have really put them over the edge.
Yeah,
but.
Clockwork was good too, man.
Clockwork was great, and Houston just showed how good of an overall team they are. I think they might have some of the strongest team play of any of the teams.
You can tell they kind of like each other too. Yes, it's one of those that when you like your teammates, you kind of play better. You watch out for them.
They play off of each other really well.
They're not like they impressed me in this match. Actually,
they really did
more than the winning streak that they had against Garbage.
Mm-hmm. I think this game really proved that Houston is a force to be reckoned with, and it was not a fluke.
No, not at all.
I think they proved us wrong. We were kind of questioning where they were.
We questioned, but
I think this solidified that they are one of the top 4 teams in the league.
Exactly,
for sure.
And we also did say though with them, if they take Seoul to like 5 or they get a couple of maps on Seoul, we'll change our mind.
Legit.
I'm changing my mind.
Yep, same.
The one thing to touch on Seoul, like I know I sound like
broken record.
Broken record with Seoul, and I'm a fucking Seoul Dynasty fan. I actually like the worst team in the league, or next to. So just back it down. Ryujehong, he's the difference maker every match.
He really is.
You can say that every week. There's certain guys like Fleta went fucking off in this match.
Mm-hmm. And
like he was nowhere to be found.
How much better Fleta plays when they have Jaehong.
It must be a shot calling or something.
Yeah,
it has to comfortable, or I don't know what it is, but
I feel like he's got to be like he's almost like their LeBron, where he just knows everything that's going on in the match and can just call it out to what everyone needs to hear at the exact moment they need to hear it, and he's
the best to me right now.
I feel like he might be the MVP of the league.
I mean, there's guys that are flashy, you know. I mean, you need your flashy wide receiver guys like Fleta and Sabiobi
for sure. But
the king is Ryujehong.
Yeah,
and let's just go over this. They took 2 points on Junkertown. No one's gotten to the door in a month against them.
Yeah.
And I think the last 3 matches that they played on Junkertown, the closest team got within about 3 or 4 meters from the first point.
Yeah. But, I mean, another thing that I wanted to touch on with that is, I mean, that just shows how strong Houston is on Junkertown. And it's crazy because
Seoul's good on Junkertown too.
Seoul's really good on Junkertown as well, but man, I think the other one is Horizon, because they have been the only team that has been able to get Jake off of that top tier, off of the rafters in the second point, and
and you know what I think? You know what I think some of that is because that's where Fleta plays, and they in scrims and they know how to set it up,
right?
So they also know how to destroy it.
Exactly. So I think that made a big difference because Houston has been dominant on Horizon because of that. But as soon as they got him off of there, it completely threw Houston off, and you could tell.
Because honestly, on that point, because I played Junkrat on there, and so have you. I haven't been up in the rafters yet. I got to work on my Fleta Jake Junkrat flying ability.
Right.
But playing ground Junkrat down there is not a safe thing, especially on defense. You can kind of hide in that hallway or kind of like spam up.
There's a few spots where you can spam like some of the choke points, but I mean, even then. Especially with these guys, which is just like, okay, I'm just gonna diva freaking take all of your grenades, and it's just not gonna matter, and we're just gonna waltz right through. Yeah,
exactly. But they did one thing that nobody has done to Jake, and that's shut down the Junkrat.
Yeah,
but they outplayed them on the impressive map to me was Eichenwald. They came right out of the gate and just
Houston was just on it in that.
I mean, you're going all right. So here on this map, you got the potential of when Seoul's on defense, you got Fleta probably on Pharah, and then switching over to the Widowmaker, which is scary. I mean, Jake was taking him out of the sky a couple times with the Pharah, and they've been playing well. And
they played Eichenwald perfectly.
Yeah, absolutely perfect.
And Seoul really had some missteps on that map too.
They had some bad plays on there.
That's the other thing that Houston really does well and continues to do well is punishing mistakes.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to really take them far because, man, Seoul made a few minor mistakes.
I think a lot of it's Muma too.
And it was just, they were just on it.
Like Muma knows when somebody's out of position instantly. He's like flying in with Winston.
Yeah.
And Cool Matt is pretty much the same. He didn't have his normal Cool Matt weekend. Everybody has weekends like that. It wasn't like he played terrible.
Yeah, but he was not as strong as he
has been. And maybe some of that Soul. And,
I think so. I think they were just making sure that he was not in his mech as much as possible.
Yeah. And I think they were focusing a little bit more on him and Muma because Linkser wasn't in, which gave Clockwork a lot of room to work.
It did. And Clockwork played really, really well in this game.
He did. And
but at the same time, Clockwork is not Linkser. And if Linkser had been in there, I really think he would have been just.
I think he would have won your fuck it, I'm taking Houston bet on that one or pick.
I think he would have. But at the same time, I don't regret picking them because they got as close as you can possibly get to beating that team. Because man, that Ryujehong Tower was one of the best maps I've watched yet. That was so good. I think each one they got over 80. Each team got over 80% on each point.
Now, who was on the Zarya for Seoul? Well, it wasn't Zumba, was it?
It might have been. It was one of their DPS. I feel like.
I think it was Zumba.
Zumba.
I think it was Zumba.
Yeah.
Holy! Did you see? He was like maintaining at 75 energy.
It was insane.
On the inside. What's that? The tower. The control center.
Yeah.
The names of that one, I never remember.
Yeah, I never. There's
there's just so many.
Control Center, Garden, and
Night Market. That's the bane to anyone's existence.
Yeah.
But the way that those two teams played in that, man, I was just like, you're like on the edge of your seat. There was just so much.
Yeah, especially
good play and countering, and
even on Ilios, it was still really tight. Even though
it was 2-0,
but didn't get any points, they were still like right there on each fight, and just they were on it. They were making Seoul work for it.
Yeah, exactly. And the last two games, Seoul has had to work for it, or three.
Yeah,
I think we're finding out some things about them. I think they're also learning a little bit that. Everything's not going to be a cakewalk.
Right, that they're not this like dominating force. They're not.
They're dominating, but they're not as dominating as they think sometimes.
Right, exactly.
Sometimes you need a little smack in the teeth.
For sure. And
they came around on Ryujehong. See, the thing is where they have the advantages is if it's 1-1 and they got Zumba playing and you have the control center last, you get the best Zarya in the league.
Right.
Which on the best Zarya point there is.
Yeah.
One of them.
For sure.
That and maybe I'd say that that first point on Horizon is pretty good for that too.
That's what I love about Ryujehong is like it forces them to they get to play a way different comp. You see a lot more Reinhardt. You see Zarya. I love seeing that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
and
so do I.
Also, they were making a really good point. The broadcasters were of just how patient Houston was.
Yeah, Houston was playing patient.
They were grinding out every fight, and they were just not giving up. They weren't giving up space. They were just on it. And
they weren't overcommitting.
Yeah,
they were committing,
and
but not. They weren't putting themselves in harm's way, so to speak.
Right.
They weren't doing anything stupid.
And they weren't playing a lot of dive. They were playing more the just grinded out style. And I think we're
going to see a lot more of that, I think.
This is where Muma's
Winston.
No, his Orisa.
Oh, his Orisa.
Was
on Anubis, he was pretty.
On Anubis and
Horizon.
Not Horizon. Eichenwald.
Eichenwald, yeah.
His Orisa on Eichenwald was phenomenal. Yeah. That's probably some of the best Orisa play I've seen yet.
Yeah, he's one of the better Orisa players in the league. I think really a lot, like we were saying too. A lot of people are getting.
Coco needs to watch more of him.
Yeah, or he needs to work with his teammate.
Yeah, my God,
Voldemort, the one who shall not be named.
Right. But yeah, this was far and away the best match of the week.
Yeah, but
let's move on to the Gladiators versus Boston.
Okay,
and like we've been saying,
Boston, we told you so.
Boston is a team to be reckoned with.
We told you people so. And I'll tell you what, as much as we've been talking about Muma and playing Winston and his tank play, Gamsu for Boston, he's a great Winston player.
He
Holy
really is.
Shit.
He was just right where he needed to be so many times. I feel like he had to have had at least 6 or... I think they said it was like 7 or 8 kills just from jumps alone.
Yeah, his jump pack kills were, which is a lot when you're playing Winston. I think that's one of the things that you got to try and do, and he does it really well.
He excels at that, and that's
especially
that's what I think a lot of guys don't really do well when they try to play super aggressively. They're just not landing.
They're not landing the jump
right where they need to like really knock them down and then clean it up with. And
it also helps that you have a duo of DPS like Dreamcasper and Striker.
Holy shit!
Fucking Striker went off. I mean, Dreamcasper was really good.
These guys, but yeah, like,
damn, Striker was on
fire.
He had one of the maps. He was like playing Tracer. I think he had a 41 and 8 or something like that.
Stupid
on Tracer, which is players in the league right now.
He and Dreamcasper are.
I mean, we could put him on.
No joke.
We could put him on the duo thing every week.
Right. At this point, my God.
It's just tossing up between them and New York.
Right. Yeah.
He's not quite on Sabiobi's level, but he'll be there, I think.
Yeah. But as a duo, they're almost unstoppable at this point.
Yeah. And they're doing something now that they didn't do early in the season, and that's really punishing the teams that they're superior to.
Yes.
They buried when it was necessary.
I mean, they showed no mercy.
No.
They were...
And they showed signs that they were
dominating.
Young. Yeah, they just dominated them. And there was no chance for the Gladiators, it seemed like, just watching that match. Right from the start.
Even with the last match where Gladiators got a couple of points, like, you could still tell that Boston was in control most of that match.
And they were really just running dive. They weren't running anything funky.
No, they're just incredibly good at playing the dive.
Yeah, but where they're going to have problems is some of those teams, which we really haven't seen them play too much of lately, are the teams that have a good anti-dive.
Yeah.
Like playing Houston.
Right.
Or playing, Seoul, playing... Like, I don't think that London has a good anti-dive. London plays like them.
Yeah.
So it's just whoever does the dive comp best. They're not good. They don't have a good J-Rat player. They don't... Or J-Rat. Junkrat.
Well, might as well call it this.
They don't have like a good Junkrat, good Orisa... Roadhog kind of thing going on,
right?
That you have all that big meat and the power to just shut them down. But playing a team like Los Angeles, the Gladiators, they did what they should have done
for sure.
Wax the floor with them, and
for sure.
The Gladiators you can't really. They're like we said, they're up and down. One week they're going to play really well, one week they're going to play bad. Their supports are always great.
Yeah.
Bishu, I think, is another underrated diva player.
But I think iRemix is just still one of those guys that kind of holds them back a little bit.
Then
Their what really holds them back, I feel like, is their DPS.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah,
they just don't show up when they need them. When they really need them to show up, they're not.
They're missing.
Yeah, hydration. Like at some points, hydration is really good. I feel like he might be one of the ultimate, even more so than like Baby Bay. When hydration is working well, he is. He just. I feel like he needs more help or something.
Yeah,
something's not right.
It's like when he starts getting countered.
Yeah.
When he starts getting countered, he either switches off too quick and jumps into like a Doomfist or something else, which sometimes isn't bad.
Right.
But he doesn't.
He and Surefour both do that.
Yeah.
Quite a bit, and I think that's kind of one thing that kind of hurts LA is they just can't get into a groove as anybody. Like they think that it's like, this didn't work, so we better switch now.
I think Surefour, I like Surefour's like 76.
Yeah.
I like his hit scan. He's okay with Tracer.
Yeah.
And hydration's a good projectile.
Right, but like neither of them are good at the other thing. Like,
yeah, they have their moments.
Right.
Where they're good.
I feel like they need one more DPS just to kind of play off of the both of them. But we'll see. Yeah, so let's move on to Saturday with Shanghai and London.
Shanghai once again didn't get any points, but what they did was they held London back. Their defense was good.
Yeah.
London only got, it wasn't like London was taking points here, all kinds of points. They beat them 1-0. They beat them on 2. And it was all Undead again, really, in my opinion.
Yeah, Undead is a force to be reckoned with, but they just are not getting enough from everybody else on the team, and it really holds them back. And,
well, actually, we were saying the Junkrat play. Prophet did bust out the Junkrat in this.
Yeah.
Against Shanghai. I don't know how many times where he was throwing mines and he was just taking out their supports.
Right.
Especially on Junkertown. I felt bad for Shanghai.
Shanghai's supports were just getting roasted.
Yeah. They have like no protection or no one's peeling or anything. They're just like left alone.
Right.
To roast. And not really much else to say about that match.
No. Yeah, we'll just move on to Dallas versus New York.
Where Dallas showed up.
Dallas really did show up for this game, and like that Anubis was
another
phenomenal.
Another sick Anubis map where they didn't win.
Yeah, but man, it was just back and forth, and I can't believe that New York took when they got their 6 points when they took both points as fast as they did. My God, that was insane.
I know, that was nuts. And you're going, how? I just
right. How are you just rolling that into the next one? It was
because they have 45 seconds, 30 seconds on the clock.
Yeah.
And Dallas, what are you going to do?
Dallas, they held really well on
win one fight.
Yeah, like one more fight, and they could have taken it to 5.
And that was pretty much, the key. One more fight.
Yep.
When they lost. One more fight on Dorado. One more fight on Anubis, on Numbani.
Right. And then also, one big thing is they finally they made Pine. They ended his undefeated streak.
Yeah.
On 2CP. Actually, no, just maps in general.
Yeah.
Because Pine has been undefeated up to this point.
Yeah, on every map. They punished him.
Yeah, they did.
They were great on Oasis.
They did really, really well on Oasis. And I that's the team that they can be.
Yeah, and that's the team that we thought they were at the beginning of the season. Taimu was great. Like, Taimu and Effect had it going.
Yeah.
This whole
Effect
had
some really good plays in this game overall. But yeah, it just wasn't quite enough. And
their tank play was decent.
Yeah. I think the support is what really hurts them. And you could. Yeah.
I think it's another mercy thing with them.
Yeah,
I think it's another mercy thing where.
Well, I also feel like Harry Hook isn't the most comfortable playing Zen either. I want to say that
Lucio Anna.
Yeah, they want to run with a Lucio Anna.
Does he run Moira?
I feel like Chip Shahan wants to play Zen a little more.
Yeah, well, you want to play everybody but Mercy when you have to play her all the time. That's why I think sometimes they switch off. I like these guys switch off because it's like, I want to fucking play Mercy.
Right.
And the other guys have skills too. But yeah, he's another one of those defensive Zens.
Yeah.
Although he did have a couple of couple of nice right clicks.
Yeah, he did. He really did.
It's hard though when you're watching Jonak and do it on the other side.
I mean, yeah, he did have some good picks that helped them secure some points on Anubis and Oasis.
Yeah, and at this point, Dallas is doing the playing up or down to their.
Yeah, they really are. They're playing to the level of their competition.
Yeah,
and it's really hurting them.
And I think in the next couple stages, I think they're going to work it out.
They'll get that together for sure.
But yeah, New York played really well.
Yeah.
I think they pretty much, to me, they established their one. I mean, yeah, everyone's going off about how London beat Seoul, but I'm not buying it.
Right.
I'm buying it a little bit. They beat them, but when Ryujehong's in there, that'll be a different story. If they beat them with Ryujehong in there, I'll give them more props.
Right.
And I'm not saying they're bad. Okay. So.
Yeah, I mean, that's all there is to say about that match.
It was the best match of the day, which, really wasn't that great.
Yeah, it was.
It was a really hard weekend.
Yeah, it
for
really
matches.
Yeah, and then we go into,
the two teams that
this should have been a really good game.
That we thought was going to be great.
Started really strong.
Oh yeah, I thought it was going to be.
That was a phenomenal Eichenwald map. But Boston after that, Valiant just fell apart.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to them. Boston just punished them,
and they forced their will onto the LA, and
they were just kicking the shit out of Soon and Agilities.
Yeah, punishing them relentlessly.
And they were handling Fate and Envy pretty well too, because they didn't go back to normal,
right?
But they weren't like way out of their mind playing. And Boston is they're consistent, and Los Angeles is another one of those teams that they can handle. They have they're a standard dive team with some variations,
but they're not a great anti-dive team.
Yeah, which you think they would with their tank play, they would be better. But
I'm really looking forward to Boston playing Houston at some point soon, because I want to see how Boston handles that and how Houston handles it. Yeah. But I mean,
Houston might have an answer for him right now.
Yeah.
But this match, the Eichenwald was insane.
Yeah, that was a phenomenal.
A 4-hour with Boston. It's like you think they're losing a fight, then all of a sudden Dreamcasper will get a pick, and then all of a sudden
Striker gets a pick
or two, or hits a pulse bomb and gets 3 people.
Dreamcasper will get a pick, then Striker comes in and gets 3, or the opposite. Yeah. Striker will pick off like a Mercy, and then Dreamcasper comes in and just is like, oh hey, here's a Dragon Blade, and just slices through everybody. Oh my god, his Dragon Blades are unreal.
He's on like Shadowburn caliber with the Dragon Blade, or Prophet.
Yeah.
Well, Prophet's okay with the Dragon Blade. Not as good as Shadowburn's my favorite Genji.
Yeah, Shadowburn's an incredible
I don't know, Dreamcasper's up there too.
Dreamcasper's really
He's my favorite. He's one of the best Pharaohs too. He's so patient playing Pharaoh.
Yeah.
And how many times did he just knock the Agilities out of the air 3-4 times?
It was unreal.
It was a hell of a match, but it was kind of a blowout though.
It was.
I thought Valiant would take him to 5. We thought it would be 5, but you're not going to get 5 every match.
No. And Boston just going for that LA sweep. That was pretty awesome.
They had the battle of LA, and Boston just did what the Celtics used to do.
Yeah.
West Coast swing, beat both LA teams, head up to Sacramento.
Right. Something tells me these teams will not be meeting in the finals, though. No. But that's going to be it for us today, guys. Give us a like, a subscribe, check us out on Twitter, all that good stuff.
We'll hit you up later in the week. We'll have our duos for week 4.
And then our preview for week 5.
Including a little playoff preview.
Yeah. The little mini stage playoff.
The stage playoff preview. It's for 125K.
Right, this will be kind of a little glimpse of what we'll get at the end of the season. But, that's it for us. We'll catch you guys on the next one.
Catch you on the next one, guys. Later.
Later.